Yes, Catherine, you're right. That's right. The Kart behind. She knows she doesn't go off the line quickly. She's watching across to the outside pole. It's a very even split round the outside. That's a fabulous start from Jack Thompson. He may take the lead. He does take the lead from the second row. Thompson then went from in behind the pole sitter all the way to the left-hand side of the track and out-dragged both of the front row starters into turn one and leads into St John's for the first time. Daniel Mack as well has moved up. David Mack, excuse me, has moved up to fourth position. That bright orange helmet making him easily identifiable. Behind him is, as we just got a spinner there in the infield, and that's what stopped me in my tracks. I think that was Oren Kinghorn who went around. But good driving and a great start from our leader then, who went through to take the lead. Fantastic stuff there from Jack Thompson.
Yeah, and we saw them pull off the line, and Catherine was just looking across to the left.
From Sebastian Corking, excuse me.
Just looking across the left and just watching Jack. I'm sure she started to look forward, though, as they went into turn one. It's Thompson, Sebastian Corking, who leads across the line there. Catherine Potter is in second. Jack Thompson is in third. Charlie Benson moving up in the Rock. That's the quicker class kart here. So we should see Charlie moving up through the field as we progress over these 10 laps.
Yeah, so David Max just dropped down to fifth position. That's a great start then by Corking. Now, we've seen, though, that Catherine Potter comes on to her pace in a different way. She knows she doesn't get off the line. She was very carefully watching her front row starter alongside of Jack Thompson, and he's now in behind. And Sebastian Corking, though, getting away, Joe, a little bit on that 52.
Yeah, we're really seeing the performance from Seb here. He's from Hyington near Newton Aycliffe. And
that's a nice part of the world as well.
He's a Vettel fan, we'll not hold that against him, don't worry. But 8 years old, and he certainly...
Well, with Vettel retiring at the end of this season, then maybe he's got a chance of getting his drive in a few years.
Getting a Ferrari drive. Yeah. Now then.
Oh, great run. Fabulous run by Charlie Benson. He has got a little more power, don't forget. And he used that, but there was this little slide by Sebastian Corning. So that's a new leader overall. But remember, that 25 kart literally is in a class of its own. So Sebastian still leads the Honda Cadet class there.
That's right. Let's just remind ourselves of that. Charlie Benson will pull away from that, but what's worrying me is why Seb Corking went wide at the dog leg there. He slid. The kart was actually sideways. He had lots of oversteer. I'm wondering if that's a tyre thing. We'll see. Or was he just pushing it too hard? Here he comes. Now, that's a tricky part of this course, coming through the final turn. And he looks like he's got plenty of grip there.
Oh, but a much better run through the final corner from Catherine Potter.
Yeah, that's the gap I'm going to check. That's just under a second at the moment.
That rock kart is about a couple of seconds a lap quicker than the fastest of the Honda Cadet finals. But I like the attitude that's been taken by the Warden Kart Club for this IKR Sprint Series, Joe, which is, if you bring it, we'll find it. Find somewhere for you to race. If we have to combine you with somebody else, then fine. But we'll get you out there on track, and you can have some fun.
Which for me kind of identifies a problem with karting. There are so many categories to keep a handle on, and you know where do you choose? Where do you put your kid? Where do you put your kid to race? What sort of kart do you use? And that's kind of what we've got there. As Charlie Benson there, car 25, he will head away into the distance. This is the battle of interest, though. Sebastian Corking in second, Catherine Potter is in third, and that gap has gone out from just under a second to 1.3. So Catherine Potter, I did think Catherine was closing the gap down.
But, I mean, all doing their best laps last time around. We're talking 3/10 here, 4/10 there. So, second place then, but leading the cadet class. That blue and white front fairing of Sebastian Corking. And here comes Catherine again, picking up a bit of pace. Still a bit greasy out there, Joe. And as the temperature drops now, the sun's in behind cloud. There's rain clouds coming from the western side.
Is that what you were meaning, Bill? Is that what you were meaning?
Yeah, there's definitely rain coming. You can smell it in the air. Before I even turned around, I wondered where I could smell that from. You can smell the...
Is it raining?
The change. I think it might just be drizzling a little bit.
Yeah, I've just thought, I saw somebody saying there, he reckons, give it 5 minutes, it's going to be raining, just like it did before. Now, I wonder if it does that. The thing is, the sun's down behind the horizon now. We're not going to have the track dry as quickly and as readily as it did previously this afternoon. So we may have a very, very slippery track to end the day with.
Andrea Mather says, I remember interviewing Catherine in third position at the moment, Catherine Potter, whilst I was filling in a Teesside in one of their sprint rounds last year. Brilliant driver, talks well, clearly loves racing. Great to see her doing so well. She's driven very well today, and there's a chance of her doing even better. She's battling for second at the moment, but looking for the lead in the top step of the podium in the Honda Cadet final here, as we're live from trackside just outside of Sunderland City. It's the karting northeast venue for the Warden Kart Club IKR Sprint Series, round 1 for 2020, and all of the IKR Sprint Series here at Warden live, coming to you live and uninterrupted for the rest of their season. .52, Sebastian Corking then. Is he pulling out? Oh, it's dropping. It's going backwards and forwards, almost identical lap times last time around between Sebastian and Catherine. And now traffic to overcome as well for Sebastian. That might have cost him a little bit of time as he goes into the centre S's. And Catherine now has the same traffic. Oh, she's got through that much better, I think. That may have just closed that gap down. Charlie Benson, by the way, still out in the lead. And he is still lapping a couple of seconds better than anyone else out there. Corking and Potter, that's the interest. Sebastian Corking. Now, is Catherine there in the background? Yes, she is, but she's lost a bit of ground. Third place in the Honda Cadets, Jack Thompson, the 37, is next up. Now, is he starting to make a push now as we head on to lap number 8? All starting to get interesting. David Mack, I'm surprised he hasn't done better. The 16 Kart. He's down in 5th position and 1.3 seconds away from the Kart ahead of him, which is Jack Thompson. So that is the leader in the Cadet class, the Honda Cadet category. And it's Catherine Potter who is chasing him down there. She is going through the back chicane.
I think it's a good observation of yours. With the sun disappearing behind the horizon, we've definitely had a drop of track temperature.
Oh, yeah.
Because those karts are now sliding around a lot more than they were.
Rob Chalmers, who drives with these tyres, says keep an eye on the tyres. If they go shiny, even if it's not raining, then the grip's gone. Matte or satin, tons of grip.
Right.
Interesting, good stuff.
I think they've gone shiny.
I think you're right.
You know, they're not.
Well, the track surface has gone shiny, even though it's not raining. And I know what you meant.
Yeah.
It's quite an open grain, this circuit, which makes you think it'll give you lots of grip, but it's one of those odd circuits that it has a mind of its own, I think.
Well, we've got a lot of rubber down because this track gets used pretty much every single day of the year. Well, apart from Christmas Day.
You'd be here Christmas Day, though, wouldn't you?
Vanessa is.
Charlie Benson then starting his last lap this time around. Here he comes across the line now in front of us. Now Catherine's not catching now. This is stagnating a little bit after some great battles earlier on. Everyone has found, I think, their pace for the day. So last lap for Charlie Benson, last lap for Sebastian Corking. Catherine Potter's gone through. Jack Thompson in third in his category. He is being closed down by David Mack, but it's not enough unless there's some intervention by traffic. Charlie Benson then didn't have the best first few heats. Only really got that kart, Joe, running in the final of the heats here, because he hadn't shown at the front of the field and had to come from deep in the field here. He was 6th on the grid, which tells you he didn't have a good start. He'll win this one overall on the more powerful kart. He goes through. Sebastian Corking will come through to win in the cadet final as the rain starts to drizzle. Corking goes through. Here's Catherine Potter through in 3rd. And that's 2nd overall. Second in her category, rather. Jack Thompson will be on the podium in his category. David Mack, the unlucky man in the cadets, he's in 4th. Thomas Potter in 5th. Oren Kingon is the N160 class, bringing that home. And Bailey Armstrong has already finished in the Micro Max as well.
We've actually got our Honda Cadet final podium. I've got Jack Thompson here, who came 3rd. Jack, 3rd place. Could you have caught Catherine? That's the question.
Probably if I had a little bit more grip out the car and a little bit out the corners. But hopefully, I'm glad that I got 3rd. At least I got the last podium.
Well done, you still get a trophy. Well done, Jack. Jack, if I can just let you allow Catherine Potter through. Catherine, you've had some great heats today. Were you a bit disappointed with not getting that win in the final?
Yeah, but I mean, I've always got another chance next time.
Well, that's a good spirit. Seb was pretty fast in the final. What were you lacking in the final to beat Seb?
I'm not quite sure what I was lacking, but I just enjoyed racing.
I'm sure you and your dad will find out too. Thanks, Catherine. Well done. 2nd place for Catherine Potter, and our winner, Sebastian Corking, who is a Sebastian Vettel fan. I know. So Seb, you left it all at the very end when it's counted, and you've been there in the heats, but you really made it happen in the final, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
And what was it that you brought into the final that made you win?
I was just putting the pedal to the metal just to make me go as quick as I can.
The pedal to the metal. Are you the young man who wants to be a NASCAR driver?
Yes, I am the young driver who wants to be a NASCAR driver.
Well, you made a good start today because it was very slippery out there, and well done, Seb. Great win.
Joe, let him get away. Let him get away to go.
We've also got Charlie Benson here, who was our rock driver, our overall winner, but first in the rock class. Charlie, that was a great drive. You had to be very careful in the slippery conditions, didn't you?
Yeah, it was really slippy the first few heats, so I just try to get it slowed and get it turned.
And are you going to be racing here all through the summer?
I think so. I don't know what we're doing yet. Super 1, I don't know.
All right, Super 1. I better ask your dad that question, better I? Because he's your sponsor, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Charlie. Great stuff. That's our Honda Cadet field. I think we got all the winners there.